Hello, my name is Jonas. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about the for loop. Now, the for loop allows you to repeat a number of times a set amount of code in a way that reducing the amount of code you're adding into the software application, and as a result, you make your program more efficient. So let's jump to the example. So I'm going to go to File, New, and select Project. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use C#, the for loop in C#, and then I'm going to show you how to use the for loop in Visual Basics as well. So I'm just going to select Windows Phone application. I'm just going to call this C# for loop. Click OK. Now for this example, I'm just going to add a button. And I'm just going to change the text value to say show hello world 4 times. I'm going to hold the control key down and replicate this button. And I'm just going to change the message here. Play the sound 4 times. So as you have guessed, this loop will allow us to see the message 4 times, and this button, once it's clicked, it's going to play the sound 4 times. Now let's start with the first one. I'm going to double click on the first button, and I'm going to create a for loop. So I'm going to say for, and then in brackets I'm going to put my variable I. But before I do this, I'm just going to set it to integer. So I'm going to say I is equals to 1, semicolon to my statement. Then I will say I is less than 5. So this is 4 times. Or I could say I equals less than 4. Sorry, it's going to be less or equals to 4. That's better. And semicolon to my statement. Then I will say the I variable plus plus, it's going to add another value every time it loops. And here I'm just going to curly brackets, and I'm going to put my message. So I'm going to say messagebox.show, messagebox.show, and I'm going to type hello world. And then semicolon to my statement. Okay. I'm going to copy this code, these 3 lines of code. I'm going to go back to the design view. I'm going to double click on play the sound 4 times. I'm going to paste this code here. The only difference is I'm going to change here the message to console.beep. Our first value is the frequency. Let's put 700, and the second value is the duration. So I'm just going to put half a second, so 500 milliseconds. So let's play. Right, the first one, it will show the message box 4 times. I'm just going to click here. That's the first message box. I'm going to click OK. That's the second message box. I'm going to click OK. This is the third message box. I'm going to click OK. And this is the 4th message box. And the loop now stopped. Because I said I equals 1. I, as long as it's less than or equals to 4, keep looping. I keep adding another one. So I'm going to follow exactly the same code here. But in this case, it's just going to play sound. Okay, as you can hear here. Right, so I could actually keep pressing this with my key, with my mouse, and it's going to keep playing now based on the amount of times that I've clicked it. And then eventually it's going to stop. Of course, I've clicked it a few times there. Okay, this is how to add a for loop. Let's stop that. Let's try again. I'm just going to click once. Okay, 4 times and stops. Okay. Now, this is how to apply a for loop based on C#. Hope you've learned something new today and you can apply this loop onto your projects. Thank you very much for watching. In the next video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create the for next loop in Visual Basics.